comment, and subscribe. Again, that's like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're back for another episode of Pointers from Paris. Today we have a very special guest, Erin Bako, hailing from Hampton, Virginia.
Yep.
Yes, I didn't know if it was Newport News or Hampton, so I'm glad I got it right. So Erin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, like you say, Erin Bako from Hampton, Virginia. Born and raised here in Hampton. Went to Bethel High School. Played basketball and sports all my life. Then that propelled me to Old Dominion University, where I was playing basketball for them. Had a pretty good career. Beat up on Jay Bird in my, I think, sophomore year. But then from there, I was getting my finance degree. But I was still focused on basketball mainly. I had a pretty good career. Then I played overseas for 1 year when I graduated. Didn't like the lifestyle. So when I came back, tried to decide what I wanted to do with my life, and then I got into finance. So that's
Nice.
kind of what propelled my career.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. So for those of you who don't know, ODU stands for Old Dominion University.
Old
It's
Dominion.
a D1 school, so obviously Erin is a very good athlete.
Was. I don't even hoop.
Okay, so he's washed up now apparently, but he majored in finance, played a little bit of professional basketball. So what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm currently a financial management consultant for Deloitte, up in like the DC area. Just started in September.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's been 2 months. Off to a good start. I just got on my first project. It's been good. I've been liking it. So
Cool. So there seems like there's a gap between playing professional basketball and Deloitte. So what were you doing before then?
yeah, so it is. Once I got done playing, I was, adult at that point, trying to figure out my life. Still wanted to be connected to the game. So I was helping out coaching. I think that's just the natural next step once you're done playing. If you still have that itch and still love the game. So I was helping my old high school. They were doing pretty well. My little brother played on their team, some of his
Nice.
friends. So it was a rewarding experience. And we were good, so I was successful at it. And I'm thinking this is gonna be my next step in my life. So then I got connected with the coaches at Hampton University, at HBCU, right here, in Hampton, Virginia. Prestigious program, like they've been super successful at their level. I'm like, this is what I think I should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was getting my master's through them, learning a lot from their staff, knew some of the players. So it was a pretty good experience being on the other side, in terms of like coaching and playing. Being on the other side, it was cool, but it wasn't making me any money. So I ended up getting a job using my finance degree, doing wealth management for Merrill Lynch. I was like super green. I didn't know anything. Had like a $50,000 salary. I'm fresh out of college, so I just took it. And it was cool. It was entrepreneurial for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wealth management, asset management for individuals. It's entrepreneurial in a sense. Got to build your book of business. But it was an experience, a stepping stone. So then I realized, I say that to say, I realized I did not like the wealth management entrepreneur aspect. Then I wanted something more stable. So then I went over to Newport News Shipyard, or Huntington Ingalls, for those that aren't from here and don't know what it is. Huntington Ingalls is a shipbuilding company that works like closely with the Navy, builds like aircraft carriers, all types of stuff, submarines. And there was a corporate finance component, doing like a lot of traditional analysis, reporting, budget versus actual reporting, building budgets. it was cool. I got a lot of experience from that. So then I tried to decide, should I go the finance route? Should I continue to coach? So I ended up, taking another finance job in DC, working for Department of State. And that was pretty cool. More money than I was making, new city, closer to one of my best friends. It was a good experience. And then from there, I'm starting to navigate the finance scene, starting to understand what the workforce is like, getting some experience under my belt. And then naturally that took me to Deloitte. So.
Awesome. I appreciate you being so transparent about salaries, because I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people, especially young people, don't talk about. And it's really important, especially as you progress in your career or even go after certain jobs, to know what, you're going to get paid, because that's ultimately how you're going to live, how you're going to budget, how you're going to save, how you're going to invest.
I think for Black people especially, it's like taboo, or it was taboo in my household. And I think a lot of people can attest to that. You don't talk about salary, you don't talk about money per se, for different reasons. Some families aren't privy to that knowledge. Like I said, some people it's just taboo. But the more that I've worked, the more that I've talked to like-minded professionals, discussing salary and being transparent in terms of like compensation and everything, and being aggressive in terms of what you want compensation-wise, is necessary.
Yeah, so. I absolutely agree. I think that's a great pointer, to be transparent about salaries, to self-advocate for the salary that you want. And then I guess just transitioning a little bit, how did you get into Deloitte? Like, did you look on LinkedIn? Did you know someone who worked there? What did that look like?
Well, it was kind of a mix of both. So my job with Department of State was literally a block over from the Deloitte building.
Nice.
So knowing the Deloitte Big Four, the prestige that they have, I was always curious. But my job with the government at Department of State was super cool. I was making money. It was low stress. The team that I worked on was absolutely amazing. Shout out Maureen. Shout out to Lisa, Terry, Reese, for sure, Reese. We had a great team there at Department of State. And it was cool. Like I couldn't ask for more, but I knew my career was getting stagnant. Like I wasn't growing as fast as I wanted to. Plus the pandemic made things hard with coming into the office and being face to face with your coworkers and learning and developing. So I just passively started looking for other jobs. Like I was cool with my job. If I didn't get another job, that was fine. Wasn't super aggressive in my search. Came across some KPMG roles, came across some Deloitte roles. So I ended up interviewing for Booz Allen, Deloitte, Guidehouse, Capital One. I ended up getting a bunch of interviews. And it was going smoothly. I think I got offered from like 3 to 4. Then I just ended up liking Deloitte, liking the people that interviewed me. Then I started to do a little more research on my LinkedIn. And I came across people that I knew that worked there. Spoke highly of it, said it was challenging, but said there were great benefits, was transparent with the compensation, was transparent with the workload though, because it is a bunch of hours. So I like that. They kept it real. Then there was older guy, he's a partner at the firm, who kind of guided me through the interview process, spoke highly of it, ended up getting an offer, and I ended up taking it.
Nice.
Just like I said, natural progression in my career, I think.
Yeah, so what I'm gathering from this last conversation is that it's important to always keep your options open, and it's okay to explore opportunities even while you're employed. through informational interviews at the very least. You don't have to be looking for a job, but at least you know what's out there and what's available. And so if, me being Paris, say I wanted to get into Deloitte, would you recommend me going on LinkedIn and looking at the jobs available, going directly to the company site, or reaching out to someone who works for the company first?
I would definitely say reaching out to somebody that works for the company first, because as you know, it's definitely about who you know. I mean, you're being technical and having certain skills and having knowledge in whatever field or sector you're getting in matters, but ultimately those people that are decision makers, people that have relationships with people that are decision makers, that's the thing that nudges you forward, or might keep you behind, or in terms of when they have to make a decision for whether it's you or another person. So yeah, I would definitely say reaching out to somebody that works there. And then also, like you said, information on interviews are cool. I wouldn't necessarily suggest cold calling, because that could get a little disheartening. But just trying to build your network professionally, for sure, is key. Going to events, like I said, with like-minded people, your peers that you may know, to try to get you connected with people in different industries, and you never know how those relationships will pay off.
Right.
So yeah, I would definitely say, having some type of relationship with somebody that's already in Deloitte would definitely be beneficial, and probably the best way to land a job there.
Got it. That makes a ton of sense. So we're relatively young. It seems like you've had a number of different jobs or careers: basketball, wealth management, the shipyard, and then you had another job before Deloitte. So in some ways, all of those different jobs were stepping stones to Deloitte. So what skills were transferable from all of those jobs, or what skills were the most useful when going into Deloitte?
To be honest, I think the skills I learned from athletics, being on time, working with people, different kind of people, being goal-oriented, learning how to communicate with, you have a older coach, then you have freshman and sophomore you're playing with. There's a big disconnect in those types of people. And I would like to say on every team, they always have the same goal: trying to win, trying to be successful. So trying to figure out how to galvanize all of these different types of people to move towards that goal. It's transferable, because you're going to work in teams in the corporate world. You're going to have to communicate. You're going to have to be able to express yourself and your ideas. You're going to have to be on time. You're going to have to have a positive attitude. All of the little things that come with athletics that you don't even think about, that coaches just harp on here and there, that just come kind of second nature as you get older. Those are like super transferable skills in the workforce. The technical stuff you can learn, to me. You can learn. You can learn how to work in different financial systems. You can learn different rules and regulations in regard to the federal space and how finances play a role in the federal space. All of that stuff you can learn, but actually working with different people and having goals, having things you have to complete in the workspace, I think is big.
Yeah.
So.
I absolutely agree. I like to have takeaways from each session. So is there anything someone interested in pursuing opportunities with Deloitte could be doing today to better prepare themselves, either for the interview process or future opportunities to come?
Just taking advantage of the opportunities that they have at hand, but also being cognizant of other opportunities out there. Nobody's gonna come and hold your hand through your career. You gotta know what you want it to look like, and always keep your career first, because your job, I don't want to say it, nicely. Your job should care about you, but majority of these jobs, if you were to leave or if anything was to happen to you, your job would be on the on the open job site, job opportunities the next day. So keeping your own career in the forefront of your mind, knowing what you want it to look like, so that you are passively looking, whether you like your job or not. I think that's something that's super important to keep in mind as you navigate through your career.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I don't want to say that you're replaceable, but sadly, there is always someone out there who will and is ready and able to take your job. So
that's the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah. That being said, my last and final question is, what would you tell your younger self? A piece of advice to young Aaron entering the job force.
Just see it through. I think that phrase, that's something I learned from Jay's dad, actually. Just see it through. Don't be so antsy to get up and make that next move. Appreciate what you have. Finish your tasks and just see it through. And everything is gonna play out how it should play out. Through the guidance of God. So that I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much for joining Pointers from Paris. Together we'll say like, comment, and subscribe. Ready? Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.